Hello and welcome back to MLB The Show 18 and the Jason Parham Road to the Show. I'm Tyrant Saber. Last time out, Jason had a lackluster, to say the least, appearance against the Tampa Bay Rays in Fenway Park, in which he allowed 5 runs on 9 hits, including a Miguel Sano 2-run jack. So, Jason has not had that great of an appearance of late if you look at his career, not his career necessarily, but his last couple appearances. Last 3 games have been a no decision, and a loss, in which he's allowed, 5, 7, 9 runs in about, that is 18 innings. So that's not great. In fact, Jason's ERA jumped from 2.21 after the Mets game to 2.59 after the Rays game. So lots of runs being allowed right now. So hopefully it's just a little bump in the road for Jay. I would like it to be just that. Just hoping it isn't anything more. Let's keep going.
A pitcher is confronted with a less than stellar stat.
You know, looking back at it, I don't think I ever got I still don't think Jason has ever put somebody off the base path. So that's something to think about. Bullpen day, what we got? Slider? It's a slider day, looks like. Hits per 9 cap. Jesus H. Christ, where have you been all my life? Need to limit that contact. My goodness. Okay, looks like it is going to be an appearance against the Baltimore Orioles in their house. Now, Jason has faced off against the Orioles a grand total of 5 times. He has a 3-1 record against them, a 2.62 ERA, and a 2.72 WOBA. So, here's hoping we can do a little better than last time. Oh, I was going to say, the reason we've got Barney Saltzman and Eric Abbott out there in the outfield for Boston is because Andrew Benintendi actually got himself hurt, so I'm not sure where, I don't know where Jackie Bradley Jr.'s got off to either, but, so this is coming from after the game, but I just wanted to pass it on. It's not just Andrew Benintendi who's hurt. Jackie Bradley Jr. is on the 60-day disabled list for cartilage damage on his knee, so he is totally f***ed up, and he's going to be out probably for the rest of the season, so we'll see how if he comes back in time for the postseason, if he does. But Andrew Benintendi also is going to be out for probably another 2 months, so we're going to have to deal with some rookies in the outfield for the time being, so we'll see how that turns out. So here's hoping our new players out there aren't going to hurt us too bad, so let's get out there and get it.
On a warm summer afternoon, we're getting set for baseball from Oriole Park here in Baltimore. Today, Game 3 of this 4-game weekend set between the Boston Red Sox and the Baltimore Orioles. Eric Abbott makes his big league debut right after this. Arlene Garcia, the Dominican left-hander, will get the nod to start here. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
One of the things that jumps out, if you look at that stat sheet, a very high whip coming into this start. One of the things he's going to have to do a much better job, keep traffic off the bases, keep the walks down, try to limit the amount of hits. He's had a rough go of that so far this year. Let's see if he can turn it around in this one.
Into the box now, Kevin Lane. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Okay, so nothing going in the top of the first, so let's get out there against the Orioles on the bump.
First delivery to him on the way. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1. Well, these Red Sox entering play here this afternoon. They've been playing some pretty good baseball of late as they've won 6 of their last 8 games.
Showing your colors a little early here,
Dan, this team is playing well. They're getting closer in the division race. I guess my question to you, I want to ask you, did you find that you started to really pitch better as the summer get hotter?
No doubt about it. Not only
DJ might have it
better, but I think you get a good vibe starting to go throughout the clubhouse. You realize that the schedule is starting to wind itself down. Every game is more important. The bigger the game, hopefully the better you play. This team's been playing some really good baseball lately.
Now a moment here in Baltimore for the Orioles starting lineup. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Well, I think they have to be a little worried about Justin Upton. He had only 2 home runs last month, which is not good for a guy that hits in the middle of the order. They're going to need a lot more production and a lot more power from him moving forward. They expect it, and so do I.
We got another one, fellas. We got another Rolly Fingers mustache. Mr. Henry Tamori, rookie for the Baltimore Orioles. This is his first plate appearance against Jason Parham, so let's see how he does. Clearly, with the mustache, he's got to be some kind of amazing hitter.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he gets the call that time for strike number 1.
Yeah, I know it's out. You don't need to tell me.
Hey, let her rip one time.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. A bouncer to the left side.
Rounder over to shortstop, which I believe would be Mr. Raul Mondesi.
Good pitch right there to run the 2-seamer in on his hands and bunch him up. And an easy ground ball is the result.
We got Matt Wieters behind the dish today for me.
And here's the big right-handed power threat, Trey Mancini. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season.
So it has been an all-fastball game today.
Hey, now we got 2. We got 2.
Okay, well, I'll lead off with a fastball to him outside, as you do.
Drive it.
Here comes the first pitch.
We'll see how it goes.
Ground ball sent back up the middle.
DJ
towards second.
Again.
He's got it.
5 pitches, 3 outs.
A good scoop at first, saves an error as this side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. We are still scoreless.
I would have to check, but this one very well may be the first time Jason's walked into the Orioles ballpark.
Leading off the inning, Justin Upton, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
It is the first time Jason has ever been to Baltimore in a professional capacity. And Boston goes up 1-0 in the top of the second, so Jason has the lead coming into the bottom. Let's go for it.
Hey, nobody away.
He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Fastball's been working okay today so far.
Strike.
Oh my goodness, Jay, you're doing him dirty up there. What did you do to that ump? What dirt do you have on him?
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And boy,
Swing and
this
miss
at-bat is not
on
starting
fastball
off well
low and
as he's
outside
behind 0-2 now.
Justin
So
Upton.
let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Gary Simmons.
Dero, this Gary Simmons, he's the kind of umpire that pitchers really like to throw to.
Yeah, I'm okay with it, though, Dan. You want to go east-west, I'll make the adjustment. It's the
Okay,
north-south
I'm gonna go
that'll kill
slider
you.
on this one. I won't use any showtime yet.
Come on, big guy.
No, that's a lie. My slider's still not all that great, so I'm going to go ahead and put one right on the corner. And if I get a swing, great. If not, it's only 1 and 2.
Missed with a slider.
Ooh, he
I
twitched
like
at
that
it.
they went away with that pitch right there. They really tried to tie him up on that previous pitch, so he was probably what we call inside conscious. He didn't get a strike there, but
Had good
I'm
timing on
guessing
it,
he was
though,
looking
so
for another
that
ball
one
in.
might be a little bit sketchy to throw again. Matt Wieters calling for another inside fastball. I will go ahead and give it to him.
Wait for the pitch. Hey, your pitch. Drive it deep, huh? Here you go.
The 1-2 is a
Swing
wave
and a
and a
miss
miss.
on
He
another
struck him
inside
out.
pitch. Have a seat and get comfortable.
So here's how the Bo Sox are positioning themselves defensively. And let's focus our attention on the guy behind the dish, Matt Wieters. Not easy to do his job and get out of that crouch at 6'4", 6'5", and throw an absolute rocket down to second base. And, oh, by the way, hit from both sides of the plate. Look for him to have a big day today.
Stepping into the box, Derek Dietrich, and he's looking to snap out of what's been a rather dry spell at the plate.
Okay, so lefty on righty, and you're calling for a 2-seamer inside. Okay. Well, it's good as anything to start.
Hey, we got one. Let it fly right here.
Ooh,
Here's the
I don't like
first
that
pitch to
though.
him. And a fastball just below the knees, ball 1. And facing right-handed pitching so far this season, Dietrich carries a batting line a little over the 260 mark.
The mechanics of MLB The Show, I may have explained this before, make it so that pitches that break, pretty much any pitch really, but pitches that break are controlled, are easiest to throw when you put them in the directions where they normally go. The controller tends to vibrate quite a bit when you put them outside the zone, like this circle change, which would break arm side for Jay, so to the right. So when I put it on the left side here, it starts vibrating quite a bit more, and it's a little bit harder to hit your
spot.
spot.
Up the first baseline, but a foul ball,
early.
1-1.
He was early on that change up, and Matt Wieters is calling for a second one.
Hey, come on, big dog, get your pitch.
By comparison,
now the
this one is much
pitch.
easier for me to control.
Waves and misses for strike number 2.
Change up. I always hesitate a little bit before saying change up on these circle changes. I know what it is, and I know what it does, but I always have a little bit of trouble saying it.
Hey, let it rip right here.
Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and throw some showtime on this curveball. Low inside corner.
Come on, beat it out, beat it out.
Rounder
Fielded by Abreu,
over to Jose
and
Abreu
take
at
it to the
first,
bag
and that's
himself
second
to the
out.
out. Here's the catcher, Wellington Castillo. Comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Now, I don't remember what team Wellington Castillo was on. I think it was the White Sox last year, and he was the one who broke up what otherwise would have been a scoreless game for Jay against the White Sox. Let me pull up my thing. Yeah, that was Wellington Castillo's home run was the only run allowed, or the excuse me. That
ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Game. So.
And a fastball just a bit high. Castillo, who cleverly gets the nickname Beef. His contract is set to expire at the end of this season, so he may end up hitting the market this winter.
Hey, this guy has been an absolute solid player his entire big league career, and I expect him to have a ton of suitors come this offseason.
Into his windup, here comes the 1-0.
Didn't get the only run against Jason in that game.
Foul
but
ball,
I'm looking
however,
back at my
strike
notes
1.
on it, but he did get the only home run of the game, which was a solo
Red
shot.
Sox on top in
and
the
I remember
early
thinking
going.
at the time that
1-0 as we play the
Wellington
second.
Castillo was actually kind of a small guy based on his physique at the plate and how he looked in the game, but he's actually a rather large dude.
Good time to take something off, but it's 2-1 now.
Okay. So we've had fastball change. And he had good. I had good release on that, but not really a swing. So
Hey, see it, drive it. Let's
Now
go,
the
big
2-1.
Cutter.
Misses down below the knees.
Okay.
3-ball count right now. This looks like the best chance of getting a base runner run so far.
Well, Jason hasn't walked a guy in a while, and that just, to me, that says that I'm about to. But I don't like giving it away for free, so.
The 3-1. And this one misses high
well,
for ball 4,
take your
and
base,
they have
sir.
themselves a 2-out base runner.
I'm not too
Here's
mad.
Echeverria now. A couple of hits for him in 4 trips to the plate last night.
Thing about base on balls, the Baltimore Orioles right there for you, for your viewing pleasure. The thing about base on balls is that they are inherently less valuable than a base hit.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. There's
You know,
a
they do
breaking
have the
ball
value
over
of
the
getting a
outer
man on
half.
base and getting to
This
first
is where
base
you got
is
to
the
take
hardest thing you
stock in
can
the
do in the game of
situation.
baseball.
Adjust your batting gloves and realize you need a
Aside
gapper
from
to score
perhaps
this guy
throwing a
from
no-hitter.
first. If nothing less, pass the baton to the guy behind you and keep the line moving.
Off-speed pitch in
But,
the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Hey, your pitch. Get some wood on it.
Up high. 2-1 now. Casilla, the runner at first with 2 gone.
Okay.
Drive it. Let's go, big dog.
Well,
Get your pitch.
he's clearly waiting for something like the fastball, so let's not keep him waiting.
The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a liner toward the gap in left center.
And
Abbott is
out there in
there,
left
and he'll
field,
make
that
the
is
catch to
Mr.
retire
Eric
the
Abbott
side.
making his
So
major
no
league
runs
debut
on
today.
no hits, no
Line
errors,
drive shot
and
to
1
left
man
field
left
ends the
on.
inning.
We played 2 full. The Red Sox lead it 1-0. There's the Inner Harbor in downtown here in Baltimore. Charm City, as it's nicknamed, as the 3rd inning. And that'll bring up one of the top prospects in the game, Raimel Tapia. He went hitless last night in a game where his guys could push across only 1 score. First
Well, Raimel
delivery to
Tapia
him
is a
on
guy
the
that
way.
Jason has faced off against in the minors.
Right over the
so
middle, knee high.
He has a bit of a history against the dude.
Hey, come on, big dog. Get your
See
pitch.
how well he's improved tonight. Okay. He was late on that. No, he was early on that? Okay. Well, if that's the case. Let's give him an inside slider. With a little showtime on top. Come and get it.
Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate.
There.
Hey, he looked like he was a little bit out in front on that breaking ball right
Well, let's
there.
slow him down
the
even
body
more.
can go a little bit. If he was able to keep his
Curveball
hands back a
in dirt,
little bit,
perhaps?
he might have been able to do some damage with that pitch.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt,
Okay,
but he'll
well, that
hold
didn't-
back here. It's
a little
1
too
and
much in
2.
the dirt, Jay.
Tried to get him to chase
whatever.
that 0-2 curveball there, but he wasn't biting. Very well could see it again here, though.
Okay, change up low outside corner. Sounds good.
Ready to deliver the
And if
1
this
and 2.
doesn't work,
And the changeup is
think
way
dude's
low
a
that
cutter,
time.
high and inside.
He went with the off speed there once he got him to 0-2, but now that they both missed, I think we'll see more of a challenge pitch here. You don't have to give in, but you can't be too cute either.
Going
Swing
good
and a
cutting
miss.
action to
Get
that
off
pitch
my
as that's
plate.
the first out of the inning.
Boy, that's really disappointing for a guy that has wheels, right? All he wants to do is get on base and take advantage of the strength of his game, which is his speed. But with the strikeout right there, you can't get on first base if you strike out.
Late on the fastball. That's what I like to see. Didi Gregorius now, who's been bouncing around the league of late. Obviously, most famous on the Yankees. I believe he was on the Blue Jays for a while, and now he's on the Orioles.
Hey, all right.
And
Here's
batting
Didi
ninth, which
Gregorius.
is, you know, somebody's got to
As
bat
the
ninth,
first
but
pitch to him is in there
when he
for
used
a
to be
called
one of the
strike
top
1.
players in the
and
game,
you see that average
or at
below
least one of
the
the most
dreaded
prominent
Mendoza
players in the
line.
game. Batting 143 in the 9-hole for the Orioles. It's just kind of a sad sight.
Hey, get you a good one up there, huh?
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
Swing and a miss.
Fastball that he's way out in front
On a
of. A swing and a
low
miss.
outside.
Hey, if this guy's able to execute that two-seamer down and away consistently,
He was early
he's
on
going to get a
that,
lot
and
of
we're
swing and
calling
misses.
for
He's
a
going to get a
low
lot of weak
curveball.
contact. He might
I'm
even get a
happy
few
to
knots on
oblige.
some people's shins.
Get a good one up there, huh?
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt,
Okay.
but he'll hold
That was a
back
bit of
here.
a
It's 1 and
temptation
2.
pitch that didn't work. He's calling for a two-seamer low outside. I'm going to give him one waist high.
The 1-2.
I think they usually say that's at the letters,
Misses.
but
Ball 2.
I don't know. The strike
Orioles
zone
still
that I
looking
see
for their
here
first
is
hit of the
not
ball
at the
game.
letters. That's like right around his belly button.
No one better. Start it up.
Okay, we're 2-2. We've gone fastball, fastball, curve, fastball. So how about a slider? We'll go kind of on the black. Early, not liking it.
And that's low,
Well,
so a good eye there as he works the
3-2.
count back full.
What are you going to do, Jay?
Boy, went from being in the
What are we gonna
driver's
do? I
seat to
think
now
we're
being
gonna
in
do
some trouble.
The ant special. You know you love it. It's the high curveball.
And it's fouled away.
Bounce off the screen. Protect somebody's drink or their face. And now we're going to go low fastball.
Come on, baby. See it up, drive it.
The next 3-2. And another
And
foul
tapped
ball.
that one. So he is fighting at the plate.
Keeps fighting him
Not-
off.
not
the
for nothing,
8th pitch of
'cause
the
he's still in
at-bat
the
coming
game.
up.
But he was early on that one. So I think now it's going to turn into
Hey, have a rip like you can. Here you go.
a changeup inside half.
And he
Swing and
finally
miss.
wins the battle
Goodbye.
as this is swung on and missed for the second out.
When I walk up in the mall, speed,
At the plate, Kevin Lane. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Here comes the first pitch.
All right. Fastball low.
And that
Falls
one
out of the
stayed too
zone
low,
for the first
apparently.
ball.
A lot of righty pitchers will throw that two-seamer to right-handed hitters to try to jam the guy or even make some firewood. He got it in there, but that was a good take to lay off
Okay.
and
I
take
don't like
the ball.
that. Well, I guess I'll give it a try.
Up there, huh? 2 down now.
The 1-0.
Usually don't like this one because
Liner towards second.
Come on, get on up.
And the Orioles
sometimes
have
leads
their
to that.
first hit of the game.
Oh,
He takes
right
the
fielder
turn and heads for second. And
flubs
he's
it.
safe. So he's quickly
That would
into
be
sking
Mr.
position
who's
now
that?
with a
Randall
2-out
Romero
double
out
here
there
in the
in right
third.
field.
And as you can see right there, he's now third on the Orioles in that
That
category.
will break the no-hitter we had going. Not that I was tracking such things. And that leads to a double for Kevin Lane, who going into the
So
after
stepping
that
in,
plate appearance now
Henry
has a
Tamori,
career
as he'll look to bring home
158
that
batting
time run
average and
from second with a
157
base
WOBA
hit into
against
the
Jason.
outfield.
So clearly,
Here we go. One time. Right
he
now.
needed
Let's
some
go.
success against Jay, and he's finally got some.
Good lead
So good
there
for
at
you,
second.
Kevin.
Here's the pitch. Tapper up
Tapper.
the line.
Curveball was late on it, or early on it. Excuse me. So let's go.
2 down
What
here.
am I doing here?
Hey, let her rip. Let her
A
rip.
throw behind the runner at second.
Weren't planning
and the
on
runner
that
back easily.
pickoff, so it was early. So I'm going to go slider away, I think.
Patient, get your pitch, huh?
Swing and
He's got
miss.
to be more disciplined here. It's 0-2.
All right, as a hitter right here, you got to know he's throwing you tough pitches. He does not want to miss over
He
the
was
hard
late
of
on
the
that
plate.
one, so
That's
having
when
gone
you
low,
step
slow,
out,
and away, I'm
regroup.
going to go
Maybe
high,
sit over the hard.
tight, and fast. So two-seamer high inside,
Fouled off.
pops it. That's fine. Now you're calling for a slider well outside. Well, I will trust you on that one, Weeders.
Hey, your pitch. Drive it deep, huh? Here you go. Come on now, one
The
pitch.
0-2 once more.
Swing and a
Offered at
miss.
and missed. He chased it for
Goes
strike
reaching for it,
3.
and that will end the inning.
Danger averted following the 2-out double. More from the show. Saturday baseball following this message and a word from our
Low
local
hits
station.
in this one. Baltimore just got their first, and Boston only has 2. But one of them went for a run.
Leading off the inning, Trey Mancini, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Okay, we are still 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th, so let's keep going. Go Cutter, I think.
Ready to deliver. Here's the
Kinda
first
messed that
pitch.
one up, but
Off
okay.
the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes.
Get your pitch. Drive it right here.
Try a two-seamer now.
Hit
That
hard
one's a
on the
little
ground
better,
at second.
right at DJ
Glove by
LeMahieu.
LeMahieu. And a good
That's
throw
the
gets
first
him
out.
1 gone.
44 pitches going into the bottom of the 4th. 1 out now.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Justin Upton. He was a
Didi
strikeout
Gregorius
victim
ate
in
a
his
whole lot
first
of those
try.
pitches, I would say. Good on him.
Got one out here. Come on, big guy. Get the pitch.
First pitch on its way to Upton.
Sometimes that's valuable all in itself because you're allowing, you're forcing the pitcher to throw a lot of hits and use a lot of their stamina on
Abreu
one batter.
is there to make the play,
Whereas
and it
going
takes
down
just
on 3
one pitch
pitches
to
or
retire
knocking
Upton.
one hit, going with a pop fly on your first pitch will allow him to go for, say, a
Digging in
Maddox
for his second at-bat, Derek Dietrich. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And this is down at knee level as it's chopped foul at home plate.
Derek Dietrich, not one of the guys who's faced Jason the most.
Hey, come on, guys.
This will be his 12th plate appearance, I believe. So, has a career 250 after this.
Swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Amend that real fast.
When you're facing a guy with this many pitches in his repertoire, I say throw everything out.
With this at
he's
this
sitting fast.
the time of this plate appearance, he has a
No runs,
273
just
batting
one
average and a
hit,
304
and no errors
WOBA,
for the
so
Orioles so
he's
far.
got a little bit better than, doing a little better than just hitting singles about 30% of the time.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. To short.
He taps that over to short.
Throw to
Rolling
first in plenty of time, and the side is retired.
Jose Abreu, and
3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score.
Jason has a career 262 average in the majors, so leading up to that,
Settling in now, Wellington
he had a
Castillo.
slightly
They'll
better
start things out here in the
average than
home
that,
fifth,
but
and it's been
it's
tough
just
sledding for
250.
this lineup through the first half of the game.
Yeah, they haven't had any momentum going to the plate so far in this one, Matt. They need something to break their way and wake them up a bit.
Boston adds
Be nice
in
to
the
get
top of
these
fifth,
fans
and now
involved
it's
at
time
some
for
point as
Jason
well.
to get back out there, face Wellington Castillo again.
Come on, guy.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. To third. Oh, what a
That one's
stop
right
on the
over
slide.
at Devers.
The throw to
Waiting on it.
first.
Pops it over to
It's
Jose
in
Abreu with the
time.
first out. One pitch, one out. Like it.
There's our line score through the first 4.5, and these guys have basically had the bats taken right out of their hands. Just one hit to this point. So coming to the plate, Adeiny Echeverria hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
About to hit 50 pitches here with this throw. We are not quite halfway through the game. Well, at this point, we are halfway through the game.
Get ahead, stay ahead.
50th pitch of the game on its way. High in the air down the right field line.
Can of corn
Romero
out there to
is
foul
after
territory
it,
in right
and
field.
he makes the catch in the
is that
corner.
Randall Romero in right. Bounces off the wall.
So
to pull
another
it in.
exceptional effort for him on the mound. He's got the shutout working here.
So Jay
as we'll
redeeming
show you
himself
the
a little bit from
ERA
last time.
leaders. And as you see, he's right up there among league
Preventing
leaders
too
in
many
that department.
runs today so far. But after
Stepping
that
in and
Tampa
ready
game,
for another shot.
his ERA
Reinald
took a rather
Tapia
sharp
looking to
nosedive
put the
right
ball
after
in
I called
play
attention
here.
to it.
He went
which
down
is
on
usually
strikes
the
in his
way.
first at-bat.
So this was fastball for this ball. Slider. So I showed him everything last time. So I think I'm going to go ahead and lead with a change.
Let's do it. Let's go.
First pitch coming. Here it is. A changeup
He
that
takes
just
it.
catches the bottom of the zone for a strike.
This guy's one of the best bunters in the league, but with 2 outs, I'm not sure that's a really good play right now. He might be forced to go ahead and swing the bat and try to get an extra base hit here with 2 outs.
Okay, so cutter.
Lifted the other way down the
And
left
he
field line.
is
And
right on
that
that
will
one.
end up a foul ball.
Yes, so we'll go fastball again. I'm going to go high outside, use a little showtime. Put it right in the corner so that he has to go reach for it. Come on.
Lifted the other way out
Well,
to
he
left
reached
center.
for it.
Saltzman
They're
giving
going
chase.
for it.
He's there to
But
make the
center
play,
field.
and that'll retire the
That
side.
is Barney Saltzman out there.
1, 2,
Pulls
3
it
go
in.
the Orioles.
And
They're
that's
still
the end of
down.
the
It's
fifth with
2-0.
no hits.
So striding forward now, Didi Gregorius will start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. 1 hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
Come on, get ahead of him right now.
Here's the first pitch
We'll
to
go
him.
cutter outside to lead him off.
And that one stayed up a little high.
Quite get there.
Hey, get on for us
But
here.
that's fine. Low fastball now is what Leaders is calling for.
Hey, wait for a
The
good
1-0 home is a fastball
And
down
can't
below
quite
the
find
knees.
the zone, so it's time.
Remember, he was a strikeout victim
perhaps
last
to do a
time up, but
challenge
this at bat
pitch.
seems to be a totally
Maybe
different
challenge him
direction.
with a
He's showing good
changeup.
patience now, and he's got a real good count at 2-0.
Down low, and the plot thickens
Okay.
here. 3-0.
Well, I'm getting ready to walk a second guy today, which is not ideal, but
Now the 3-0
it is what
offering.
it is. So
And that one misses, so the leadoff man will head down to first on ball 4 to start the bottom of the 6th.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run
Gregorius
across yet,
takes
so
his
maybe
base
this
with
walk
no
will
outs.
jumpstart their offense a little
Kevin
bit.
Lane steps up.
Back to the top of the Oriole lineup now, and stepping in, Kevin
Clearly
Lane.
the goal here
He'll try
would
to
be
follow
to
up the
force a
double in
double
his last
play if
at-bat
I
with
can.
another big hit right here.
Hey, grounder right here.
First delivery to him on the way. Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner.
Yeah, little cheeky
We're moving
inside
along
slider.
in this one, heading into the middle innings. This guy continuing to pitch well, and one of the reasons why, first pitch strike ratio over 70% up to this point in this game.
Rounded down the third
That one
baseline.
is fair.
And this is past him at third,
Gregorius
down
is
the line.
rounding
It's a fair
second to go
ball.
to third,
And they've really
and that
got
will be
something
a
going
nice
here. Runners
second
in second
double
and
for Kevin
third to
Lane
start the
today.
inning.
He obviously
the
didn't
Orioles
let
have
last
something
night's
going
hit was
here
out and get
in
to
the
his head too
sixth.
much, because that's his second
Men on
hit of the
second and
ball game.
third with no
This
outs.
one's a double. I'm sure he's feeling a lot
Ball
better
must have
about the
just
way he's
hit
going
the bag.
right now.
Which is what made it a fair ball. Okay, so now we have Henry Tamori on the plate again. Strikeout and I think ground out.
Into the box now, Henry Tamori, as he looks at a fastball
Twitches
that's in
at
there
a
for
fair
strike 1.
strike
No hits to this point.
fastball, which he was late on, and Leaders is calling for a high outside cutter. So let's go ahead and give it to him.
And that one just missed outside. Gregorius, the runner at
Go
third.
ahead and
Lane
throw a
is at
curveball
second with
inside
nobody
now.
out.
Hey, get a good one. Get a good piece on it, huh? Let's go.
Oof.
Well hit, but also
He was
well
early on
fouled
that
into the
curve.
seats and left.
But that one could have been good if he had just held back just a little bit. So it's time, I think, for a Showtime slider. I'm going to go usual spot.
Now a swing and a ball
Taps it.
shot foul right at home plate.
Okay. Early on that one, too. So I think change up perhaps out of the zone.
Hey, you got it. No one better. Let's go.
And a
Swing and a
changeup
miss.
swung on and missed for the first out.
So that was a very necessary
The great equalizer.
strikeout.
The changeup. That was a really good job of getting him to offer that one out of the zone, and it was all set up by the fact that he got ahead in the count and forced the hitter to have to protect. That's the name of the game.
Designated hitter.
Into the box, Trey Mancini. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1.
Trey Mancini, 16 plate appearances against Jason, including this one. If we look at his averages before now, he has a 400 average against Jason, so he's hitting pretty well. Career 424 and a 600 slugging average, so
Hey, get your pitch. Drive it right here.
ooh,
Can't sit
yoked.
back long enough, and the count evens up
Foul.
at 1-1.
Early on that, so perhaps a curve will interest you.
Let it fly.
Out of the zone, perhaps.
Come on, big guy. See it? Drive it right here.
Down
Way
low,
too much out
2
of the
balls
zone,
and a
Jay.
strike.
Put an eye on Mr. Gregorius over there at third.
Let it fly.
The
Let's go.
2-1 home.
Stop right here. Let it
Hit on the ground to
Grounder
third. Devers
for-
fields it cleanly. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile the runner is
Rafael
in to
Devers
score.
will
A
get
simple ground
Trey
ball to
Mancini
the
out,
infield,
but that
but
was
the
still
run does
drive
come
home,
home from
beating
third,
Gregorius
and
from
they cut
third.
their deficit
It's now
to only
2-1.
one run.
Boston on top.
So now the Oriole
Justin
cleanup
Upton
hitter,
comes to the
Justin
plate
Upton.
with
Runner in scoring position with 2 gone.
Excuse me. 2 outs on the bottom of the 6th. Man that has come across to score. Calling for a cutter low outside. I can buy that.
Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. And this is hit hard to the right side.
Hit hard
Foul.
to the left field, but foul. Late on it. So.
A decent lead at second. Here's the pitch.
Okay.
And this misses the outside corner,
Cutter
so it's
on the
knotted up
outside,
at
didn't get him
1-1.
to bite.
These guys have got to be frustrated as an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not like they're getting great pitches
So,
to hit either.
good pitch
This
there.
starter has kept the ball on the corners of the
changeup.
zone all game
Like I
long.
said, circle change. Bottom of the zone gets a strike.
One time, right here.
So, what do we think?
Hey, get your pitch. Make it
We
happen right
think
now, little kid.
high inside fastball, perhaps? Get a swing and miss?
High
Not a
fly
swing and
ball out
miss.
to straightaway center.
But
Saltzman on the move. He's got
Barney
it.
Saltzman
As the
makes a
tying
long
run
run
is
from
left
center
on
field
base.
to collect it, and that
So
will
a
end
run on
the
one hit, no errors, and a man left. We're through 6 full. The Red Sox are out in front, 2-1. Digging in once again, Derek Dietrich. He was a ground-out victim last time up.
Even though we're moving into the back end of
Boston
this
pulled
game,
back
they're only
another
down
one, so
by
we're
a
still
couple
on
of
top
runs.
by 2.
You know that old
Giving them
slogan,
that
a
much
poop and a
needed
blast?
margin.
They could certainly use that right now.
First pitch of the at-bat.
72 pitches going into the
Lays
7th.
off 1-0.
There's not too many
No longer on
umpires
the
in the
board
game
for a
that are going
shutout
to ring
or
that
Maddox,
first strike
but,
right there. That was
We could
borderline
still
up,
possibly
even
make
though
it a
it
complete
was in
game
the
if we
zone.
hold on. I
Now
know that
the
Boston
1-0.
would much rather score a couple more runs,
Round
but
one.
where we're at
Great
now,
stop by Abreu.
Jose Abreu is in a foot race,
In
and he makes it
time.
for the out. Nicely done.
Outstanding play over there at first. That ball was headed for the hole, but
Thought Jason
he
was
pulled
gonna
it
have
in
to foot
on a
race,
dive. Then
Dietrich
great
back
presence
there,
of mind
but,
to take it himself
Jose
for the
Abreu
out.
does his job and does it well. Wellington Castillo back to the plate. Calling for a high outside two-seamer.
Here's the catcher, Wellington Castillo. As he swings
Swing and
and
a miss.
misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1.
They haven't gotten much going against this guy so far in this one. He's been pitching well.
was late
And one
on
of the
that
key
one.
numbers to look at,
Calling for a
first
slider
pitch
now.
strikes over 70% so far in this outing.
In there, and it's 0-2 now.
Trimmed that corner real tight. Real
We're in the
tight.
7th inning with a good finish brewing. 3-1 our score.
Hey, stick your plan up
And
there.
you're calling for an inside fastball. Well, you've been calling a pretty good game so far there, Weeders. So I'm going to go ahead and trust you on it.
0-2, here it comes. Great
Swing and a
pitch there
miss.
as he couldn't get extended on that one, and
Wellington
he's down on
Castillo
strikes
strikes
for
out
the
for the
second
first out of
out.
the seventh.
It's not that easy to make a
Second
good hitter look
out
that
of
bad,
the
but
seventh
that's what
inning.
happens when you can bring that fastball
Roots
and
are
ride
hard,
it in
guys.
on the inner half of the plate right there. You can get some pretty ugly swings.
Here's Echeverria now. As he looks at a fastball on the inside corner
Put it
for
on the
strike
black.
one. And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
This should end the inning
Bouncer
as
over
it's
to
sent
second
out to
base.
second.
DJ's got it.
LeMahieu's got it,
Over
and
to
that will
Jose
conclude
Abreu.
matters here in the
We'll
7th.
end the 7th. Still
3 up,
3-1.
3 down for the Orioles. Score holds. It's
6 outs to
3-1.
go. They may not leave Jason in at this point, but he certainly has redeemed himself a little bit from last time. No, he's
And
in
that'll
for the
bring up
8th,
one
and
of
he's
the top
facing Raimel
prospects in the game,
Tapia.
Raimel
Third time
Tapia.
tonight.
He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that misses inside.
Cutter
1-0.
runs outside. 80 pitches on the night. Afternoon, I suppose, because it's still sunlight outside.
Down the first baseline, but a foul
Early on the
ball.
curveball.
1-1.
Not unexpected. So we'll give him an inside slider.
Slider just
Trims
off
the
the
corner,
black
but
there,
not
and
enough.
it's to 2-1 now.
2-1.
Well, we all know he's not the
2-1
greatest
count,
threat with the bat
excuse
up
me.
there. His numbers certainly aren't that pretty. But, hey, I give him credit. He's really working the count right here.
There's a
Over at the
strike.
knees, and that's
Freezes
the
him on the
second
circle
strike.
change. And then Wieters calls for a high outside fastball, and I'm inclined to agree. Put one right on the corner and see what happens.
Fly ball right down the line and
Skies
left.
it left field. And out there is Eric Abbott
moves
to pull
over
it
near
in.
the line as he puts it away
Rookie
for the
in his
first out of the
debut,
inning.
making a pretty good show for himself out there. A couple good defensive plays.
Digging in, Didi Gregorius. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far.
Didi Gregorius.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And a curveball that started low and
Didi.
broke lower. Ball 1.
You've been
Eighth
doing all
inning of
right
this
for yourself today. You
low-scoring
got a walk
affair.
on the
3-1
board,
our
and
score.
Scored a run. So it's now your 6th career plate appearance against.
That missed. Close. It's ball 2.
What was that?
Gregorius, also known as Sir Didi around the game and in the Netherlands. This is the final year of his current deal, so he'll be a free agent at season's
Okay,
end.
curveball.
You know, Matty, I know he's in
And
the
he
final year of his
crushes it to
contract, but
left
he's playing
field
to
or right field.
expectations, to be
But it's
honest
gonna
with
pull
you. I know
foul.
he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the
He's
season and
early
make that
on it, so
salary
that's
push
not
as he
great.
heads towards free agency
Change up
again.
perhaps away.
The 2-1 is
Swing
swung
and a
on
miss
and
on
missed,
one
and
that
that's strike
slips out of the
2.
zone.
Something that stood out to me in this game is the lineup's lack of a solid plan at the plate. Seems like way too many
They're
guys
giving him
are
a slider
chasing
inside,
pitches
I
out of
think.
the zone and trying to hit pitchers like that one down and away. There's no
Lefties will
success in
typically
that.
see the break on a righty's pitches
And
a
this
lot
one's
better
chopped foul
than
right at
righties
home
will
plate.
at the plate. That was a little
One out,
confusing. Let me
nobody
try that
on.
again. Left-handed hitters will usually see right-handed pitchers the break on their throws a lot better than right-handed batters will. So it's a little bit harder to confuse them on.
Struck him out.
There we go. A little bit harder to confuse them on the break of the throws that you put across. But that being the case,
Now back to the top of the lineup.
it's still
Stepping
clearly
in,
possible
Kevin
for a
Lane.
right-handed
They're
pitcher
quickly down to
to
their
get the
final
better of a
4 outs here
left-handed
tonight.
batter if they use their pitches skillfully. I am not throwing a middle-of-the-zone slider on the inside. Dude, are you crazy?
First offering on its way. Fly ball out toward
Kevin Lane
left center
skies another
field.
one out to center, and that's going to
Sprinting
fall in.
after
So
it.
that
He
is
can't get to it.
a
This
3
one's
for 4
down.
game for Kevin Lane
Hey,
with
I can't
3
fault the pitcher right now, but he
3
better
hits
make an
and 2
adjustment.
doubles.
This guy came into the game ice cold,
So,
but after 3 knocks,
Kevin
to give him
Lane
another chance
putting
to
in
beat
some
you
work
seems foolish.
for the Orioles and clearly justifying his leadoff spot.
At the plate, Henry Tamori, who
But
represents
the
the
Red
potential
Sox feel
tying
justified
run
in
if he can
Jason
launch
in
one or find a way around the
against Henry
bases.
Tamori,
Yeah, Matt, I kind of
right-handed
doubt he's
batter.
thinking about
I think
going
another
yard,
rookie,
even
if I
though
remember
that would be
correctly.
the best result they could hope
Maybe
for.
not, but
he's
he
not a
certainly is a
long ball
regen.
threat, and he knows it, so he could just be looking for some way to keep that line moving.
Too low, 1-0.
Come on, Jay. You got it. Slider. Feel a little bit better about this one.
Have a rip like you can. Here you go.
Hit down the third base line.
He was
But
early
a foul
on that
ball,
slider, which is
1-1.
not unexpected.
Lane leads off first with a
Gonna
pair of
give him an
outs in the inning.
outside curve. That was not
High
outside.
in the air out to center
but
field. Saltzman
going to be a pop
waits on
fly to
it.
center field, and
that's
Barney
the third
Saltzman
out.
will pull it in for the 3rd out of the 8th inning.
One left
And I
for the
suspect
Orioles.
that'll do it for
And
Jay
it
after 8
remains a
innings,
3-1 ball
90-odd
game.
pitches. Going to bring in the closer to close out the game, get himself the save, justify his further employment.
Tony Zitch comes
There
on
he
looking
is,
for a
Tony
save
Zitch.
here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Number 55.
So, with an 0.87 ERA, I think that's probably the better decision to make here. Let's see how he does with the final 3 outs of the game. Survey says.
You might think
All right.
it's just another win, but it's awfully hard to win in this game especially on the road, but they find a way to get it done, and they should be very happy with this performance.
A one-run game this afternoon, 3-2 the final finish. The Boston Red Sox took the lead in the second
Jason
inning
has
and rode
done a little
that
better
until the
today than
very
he
end.
has in a couple weeks. Jason has
Parham
gone for 8
earns
innings
his
today,
sixth
allowing
winning
1 run
decision
on
in
3
this
hits
one
and 2
as he
walks.
turns in 8
Collected
strong
7
innings
strikes.
of work.
He
Arlene
collects the win
Garcia
today, which
pitched
takes him
well,
to
allowing
6-4
only 2
on the
earned,
season
but
and
ends up
34
taking
and
the
30 on
loss.
his
Tony
career.
Zitch hammers
His
down
ERA
the
has gone
save,
to
his
2.47.
15th of the
His FIP
campaign.
has gone to
So that'll
2.35.
just about
His
do it.
xFIP
For Mark
is
DeRosa,
a
Dan Plesac, and our entire
2.62.
crew, I'm
So
Matt
that's going to do it for
Vasgersian.
me.
This has been
Until
a
next time,
presentation
I'm
of
Tyrant Saber,
MLB
and I
The
will see
Show.
you
For more, don't forget to check
at
out
the
theshownation.com.